We're registering Democrats to vote. Have you moved since you last registered to vote at all?
Doss Williams is spending his Friday afternoon riding the BART system. He moves from car to car, clipboard in hand, and kneels to introduce himself to the seated passengers. Most people he asks have already registered to vote, but he occasionally finds somebody who hasn't, somebody who has recently moved or is younger. Williams is young himself. He's 20. His favorite local spot to register voters is Oakland's 14th and Broadway, where he is able to register African American males his age.
You know, these are people that are outside of the political system, and if we weren't there, they would remain outside of it. And in this, at least there's a hope of there being some difference.
Statistics indicate that, like the lower income and minority groups, many young people are disenfranchised from the voting process. A mere 9% of voters aged 18 to 29 participated in California's June primary, but young people represent 1/4 of California's total population. Yet the figures don't say why young people aren't going to the polls.
Something that I would really care about, I would probably vote about. I'll vote for presidential elections, but I haven't really voted for anything like governors or anything really close by. I guess it's because I don't know too much about the people.
Thousands of young people were gathered in Shoreline Stadium near Palo Alto for an all-day concert event. People milled around the vendors and danced to the live music. There was the tantalizing smell of roasting meat mixed with the subtle scent of marijuana. This was not an atmosphere where politics seemed relevant to the mostly college-age crowd.
See, I don't feel like any politician is going to get me a job. I feel like I'm going to get a job on my own merits, and right now I'm kind of worried about that. But I don't think any politician is going to make a difference in my career, at least at this point.
If I was a politician, I wouldn't be trying to appeal to people 18 to 25. I mean, that wouldn't be. I mean, that's not the base of any campaign, would it be? I mean, why would people want to appeal to people my age? There are just not enough of us.
There were 11 million young adults who voted in the 1992 presidential elections, a slight increase for the first time since 1972. This is still only 43% of 18 to 24-year-olds. And Neil Howe, co-author of Generations and 13th Gen, says it's common for young people to feel they have no political clout. Howe says when Congress passes legislation which favors its constituency, older working-age people, young people feel powerless to change it.
And it reinforces their own self-perception that, yeah, they aren't a very good generation, that they never really did much to deserve anything, and maybe they don't deserve anything. And maybe they're as greedy and cynical and selfish and superficial as older people keep saying they are. And this can become a vicious circle, self-perpetuating. At least until a new generation, perhaps, of young people come along who are more willing to take charge and perhaps who think better of themselves collectively. I don't think we really know how this circle will be stopped or how it will end.
One group that's been trying to change the statistics is Rock the Vote. Since 1989, Rock the Vote has been encouraging 18 to 25-year-olds to register and vote. Recently, Rock the Vote formed a separately funded voter education project. In July, it published a pamphlet called Rock the System. It's a 36-page pamphlet that focuses on health care, with nonpartisan descriptions of the 7 major bills in Congress. The pamphlet also looks at health care concerns for young people, like substance abuse, teen pregnancy, and STDs. Nicholas Butterworth is spokesman for the pamphlet. He says that young people have to understand the issues before they can be expected to vote on them.
We're trying to break the cycle or intervene in it somewhere to bring some information into the picture. So now once you've called 800-ROCK-VOTE, and you've dialed that number and you've gotten this booklet, you actually have some questions once you've read through it. You have some things you want to know. If the citizenry go out and they throw out all the people who voted for health care reform, or they throw out all the people who voted against health care reform, then you can better believe that when the next Congress convenes in January, they'll rethink everything they just did. So there are lots of opportunities to get involved and get your voice out there. You really have to get in the game in order to play it.
Rock the Vote will distribute 1 million copies of the booklet to local community organizations as well as Tower Record stores nationwide. They hope that the booklets will encourage young adults to involve themselves in upcoming health care legislation by voting in the November elections. For KQED Radio News, I'm Kristen Post.